here from the VO Life podcast, the VO Life Facebook group, and the VO Life YouTube page. I hope you're members all around. And today I want to talk a little bit about your marketing, your direct email marketing. And I get asked a lot, do you have a program? No, I am not doing a program. I'm not ever going to do a program. I'm too old for that crap. Don't have time. Don't want to do it. and it's not because I don't do the work, but it's because marketing is marketing, right? Whether you buy a program, you read a book, however you're going to do it. But part two is what matters. You have to do the work. No program will do it for you. No book will do it for you. And unless you're paying an assistant a lot of money to help you, you got to do the work. Now, I'm going to give you my philosophy on emails, just some simple tips on some things you can do that I think will help you. But again, this worked for me. It doesn't mean it'll work for you. Who knows who it'll work for? All right? So, with all that said, here is the breakdown of the key elements for my marketing emails. Subject line, short and sweet. Personalize. Use their recipient's name if you can. Have an email that will allow you to do that. Be clear and concise. Don't be vague. Don't over-promote. Use actionable phrases. Words like discover or look into or investigate. And talk about your business. You can test some different subject lines, A-B lines, A-B tests, see what works best. I like 1 and 2 words. I think they work better. Avoid your spam triggers. How do you avoid spam triggers? It's not really that hard. Just avoid caps. Don't use generic phrases. Body content, start strong. Grab their attention immediately. Have a very compelling opening. Focus on the benefits of using your service, how you fulfill a need. Be clear and concise in your language. Don't get overly complex. Short, sweet, to the point. Make it easy where they can scan over it and not have to scroll. Make it easy. Make it easy to read. If you can have a visual in there or you need a visual, make sure it's a good high quality image, that it doesn't get lost, that it doesn't blow itself up and show up the size of a beach ball. Again, personalize. Put their name at the top, dear whoever, and use a call to action. Call me now. Let's set up a thing. Email me now. Order now. Whatever you want to use. Be sure also that it's mobile friendly. A lot of people read stuff on their mobile phone. Be sure it works there. Send it to yourself first and check it. Keep brand identity. Keep your colors, fonts, and logo the same every frickin' where. Use a little white space. Don't overcrowd the email. Don't jam it too hard. If you can, have a professional template or your own template and use it every time. It gives a good polished look. Again, test your emails. Send it to yourself. Send it to a couple of friends. Let them look at it on their phone and whatever. Make sure it's good, right? Target your emails to specific groups. I do that based on automotive, based on production house, based on e-learning. Track your results. If your system doesn't do it yourself in your spreadsheet. Who responded? Is it a warm response? What is it? And always experiment with different approaches to improve your marketing performance. If you sent something out and you got a bunch of responses, ding, 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 keep doing that. All right? Don't focus on selling. Focus on problem solving and good information. And try to build some trust. Just be transparent. Be honest. And I always give them an unsubscribe link because I want them, if they want out, they can get out. Let them out. Let them get out. You either want a yes or a maybe or a no, and be careful on oversending your emails. Don't send too frequently. Once you go through a cycle of reaching out, get it down to a point to where you are not hammering them. Send something out. A week later, send the, hey, I just wanted to reach back out or reached out to you last week, da-da-da-da-da-da. If you still don't hear back, they didn't say don't. All right? So move on. Wait 30 days or so. Put them in the newsletter mode in 30 days, and they become just a part of your regular people. The initial couple of reach outs, need to be trying to fish people to get in or get out. And a lot of times they won't unsubscribe. And that's fine. You roll them over and you hang on to them and you start the 30-day cycle. And then after the 30, you can decide, do I want to send it every 30? Do I want to send them every 60, every 90? That's up to you. How often do you want to be in their face? But on the front end, I want to be in their face a few times because they say it takes 5 to 7 touches to get a response sometimes. I don't know if it's that many. I don't know. Another very important thing. Go get some generic emails. Do not screw up your business email account. If you're on Outlook or wherever you are, and like mine is Troy at TroyHoldenVoices.com, I never send marketing emails out of that email. The other thing, well, let me go further with that first. I use Gmail for all my marketing. I did pay for the business Gmail thing, and I have Troy at TroyHoldenVO.com. That's the one I use the most. I also have TroyHoldenVO at gmail.com. I also have that SouthernVO at gmail.com. Because here's the thing, when they respond, I'm going to move them over here to something that comes from my regular email. And if they respond and ask a question, they're going to get an email from me immediately saying, hey, yeah, here's the answer, reach out to me anytime. They're going to save that email, and that's the one they're going to be tracking because it now came from a different address. But they probably won't even notice that. It's not really going to matter. But don't screw up your main email account. That sucks when that happens. Not that that's happened to me. Also, I highly recommend that you spend the money to warm the email address for a few weeks before you start using it. There's a program called MailReach. You can log into that. It's $25 a month per address. I like to warm mine for 2 weeks, and then I'll switch over and warm another one 2 weeks, and I'll switch a couple of them back and forth. It's $25 per address. If you can pay for 2, good for you, do that. Hey, email marketing can be highly effective. You have to plan, you have to execute, and remember, the number one failure to all of this is not following up. It's where people quit. They give up. They're not even saying no, and they still don't keep sending follow-ups. You have to keep pumping out the emails, and you need to be adding new leads every week. It's not super easy. I won't lie, researching and getting all that, it's not easy. How do you get help with that, though? My podcast is sponsored by Jonathan Grant, VOLeads.com. You can pay for the leads, and they're vetted. The emails are guaranteed. If it bounces, he'll give you another one. He'll replace it. If you've been in this a while and you've got the money to spend, then you need to look at VOinbox.com. It does it all for you. You put your email templates in there, it goes and gets the leads, and it sends the emails. And you just wait for this stuff to come in. And you don't think about it. And boy, does your marketing life get easier when you're not having to think and worry and furrow your brow like this all the time. Because that's what happens when you get frustrated and agitated with it. I highly, highly recommend, if you can afford Apollo and you can learn it, do it. If not, go to Nimble and do the thing that gives you the 1,000 emails a month to start with. Set up sequences. Do one generic sequence for anybody you put in there where it sends the initial email, and 5 days later it sends another one, and 10 days later it sends another one, and then it goes into a cycle of maybe every 30 days. And you just keep adding one. Keep dropping in a new one every 30, that for the 30-day period. As people roll into that last one, add another sequence to it. Add another step to that sequence. You don't even have to start a new sequence. You could once everybody finishes that sequence, but you should always be adding to that one sequence. And I call that my prospecting sequence. Those emails and those prospects are added to all the time when I'm doing the stuff myself. I am a member of VO Inbox. It's doing its own thing. I get a notice from them in my regular email. Hey, this person responded. Here it is. And I can respond out of my regular email. Simple Simon. Love it. So I actually have 2 different things going on. Hey, Troy, how does that really work? Last week, I'll give the example of last week, and this is not every week. This doesn't happen every week. My emails went out on Tuesday, I believe, the initial emails. That evening, I surprisingly, when I opened my email and looked, I knew I'd have bounces. This is the stuff I do, so there's bounces, and I'll go into Nimble and clean those up. But I had 6 responses. One of them was like, "We already have all the voices we need. Thanks a lot. Blah 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 blah." Well, why didn't you just hit the unsubscribe? A couple of those were asking for a quote, a price on some imaging. One asked for a price on doing 30-second spots for their radio station because they only had 2 voices and people were sick of them, and they really liked my voice. And guess where they were? Arkansas. Of course, I can do Arkansas. It's a fit. And I think one of the others was, or 2 of the others were, don't have anything going right now we could use you on, but we love your voice, love your demos, and we're going to put you in our file or whatever. Put you on our list or whatever they say. Everybody says it different. You're going on a roster. You're going on my list. I'll put you in my desk drawer, whatever. So is that every week? No. I don't really know how to say what a great response rate is. I hear things all the time, but let me tell you this. Positive responses, 1 or 2 a week is pretty good. Any response at all to me sometimes is good because I want to know my email's working. They are reading it. And so I feel pretty good when I get things back. To cap it all off, let's just go back and say this. Keep it short and sweet. 1 or 2 words in the subject line. Try to use an email thing that will put their first name in it automatically. That's what Nimble will do for you, and I don't have to worry about it. Does it sometimes go to a different person? Probably. But they'll respond back, or it gets forwarded to somebody else. I can't tell you how many times I've got an email from someone else and said, "Hey, you sent this to so-and-so," but, they forwarded it to me, and those are great. Now you got 2 contacts there. But anyway, back to the thing. Get your general email done. Get that thing out there. Short and sweet, to the point. Solve their problem. Tell them who you are, real quick, and get out. If they hear something they like, be sure you can tell them where to go hear it. Some people will say they'll never go click on it. They won't. You better put it in there. Second, third email I might attach because now I'm in their system. But that first one, I'm trying not to put any attachments on it. I'm trying not to put any big files. I don't want to do anything that will get me flagged. I want in the door. So I get in the door, and maybe email number 2 may say, "Hey, just in case you didn't get a chance to go look for my website, here's my latest commercial demo. Here's my latest automotive demo. Here's my latest e-learning demo. Here's my latest phone tree IVR demo." You know what I'm saying? Second email, attach it. Maybe the third one, whatever you want to do. But you can attach to everything that goes out in that sequence. So you may want to go into your sequence number 2 and attach your demo. Sequence number 3, you might want to attach something else. Maybe a video you have or a link to a video. But be sure you're in the door first. You know what I mean? When I think about email marketing, I think about what do I get on a daily basis and what pisses me off. It's usually the person pushing something on me hard, and especially when they tell me, have been following your Another VO podcast and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, we haven't done an episode in months. Why would I promote it? Why are you asking me to promote something that it's not even active anymore? It's things like that drive me nuts. Don't be that person, In and out, quick, couple of words in the subject line, today's special. Do they even read it? I don't know. A lot of times in mine, I just put thank you or hey there or what's up, because you put a big old long string in there, I think they're going to go, you're done. Anyway, I don't know if this is any help to anybody. Don't know. Hope it is. If you want to go get a marketing program, go get it. But promise me one thing, no matter who you go with, promise me you're gonna do the work. It's a waste of money if you're not going to do the work. You have to do the follow-up. I don't care if you're only sending 5 emails a day. Make sure you follow up next week with the 20 you sent this week. Resend again next week. Resend again in 3 weeks. You have to keep hitting the send button. You have to. Be interesting, be short, be sweet, to the point, be calm, cool, and collected. Solve their problem, and don't spam out. And go get those emails like I talked about. Don't use your business email. It works. It works great. Till next time, have fun writing those emails. See ya.